Welcome to this really cool video where I'm going to walk you through the exact automation that helped a client of mine generate $27,450 in 48 hours with an additional $60K after that, just running this automation and plugging in one of their sales reps on the very end of it for any overflow. Okay, so this is a basic ManyChat automation. That in effect what it does is it triggers from a message coming into your social media account. And what it does is it just confirms that someone is really here to learn about that thing. It collects their email address. It reminds them if they haven't actually added their email address after a couple of minutes. If they have, it moves them through into an educational series where it either tells them how the program actually works, or if they're already familiar with the concept overall, it moves them through into a different kind of sales sequence. And so what we're going to do is build this out together. Now, as always, if you want access to the exact link for this, so you can just import it directly into your ManyChat account. And if you want access to the exact copy, which is all of this stuff here with the logic, then go ahead and join the AI Systemizers community on School. There's going to be a link for that below. And that way you can accelerate it. All right, let's get stuck in. There's a couple of tools that we're going to need. Firstly is going to be ManyChat, a link for that below. Then we're going to need Google Sheets, which is free. Again, just go to your Google accounts and create Sheets accounts. And we're going to need Zapier. There's going to be a link for that as well below. So let's go through this very first one. Let's build it together from scratch. And let's crack on. So what we're going to do is we're going to open two tabs. Let's do this again. One. All right, so what we're going to do is click on New Automation. I'm going to just move myself over here. And we're going to create an automation from scratch. Okay, so the trigger here is really interesting. There's various ways of doing this. Right now, for the purposes of this, we're just going to be using an inbound DM on Facebook Messenger. Okay, so this would have to be from a Facebook page. You can also do someone comments on a post. You can also do someone clicks a referral link. Okay, there's various ways of doing it. And in fact, let's just set those up while we're here. So referral link. So if someone clicks this link, right, in this case, you would just share this link. And if someone clicks it, it will open this up. We're also going to do, if someone sends you a DM with a specific keyword, we're going to use the keyword 10K because that's relevant to what we are doing here. What else could we do? Let's have a look. Messenger, comment on your post. Okay, so if you have a specific post, whatever, let's just do any post right now and comment the keywords 10K. Again, same thing. That. So again, we're going to do first level comments only, and there we go. So what we want is now to trigger an outbound DM or a response DM to this person, okay? So the way we're going to do that, I'm just going to hop on over into our example here that we already have so we can set this up. But what we're going to do is add a messenger message, and we just have this, right? Hey, first name, good to hear from you. You're interested in learning how to turn your business skills into 10K plus months in the digital economy, correct? Click hell yes below. Obviously, now we're missing a button. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this copy in here so I don't have to, let me click edit automation. That way you don't have to watch me type, but you can then do this on your own. So add a button, and here we go. So we now have the first message and a button. Anything that these guys do, they either click this referral link or they send you a message containing the word 10K, or they comment on a post sending the word 10K, it'll then do an outbound DM that says this. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to just collect their email address, okay? So we're going to move ahead to the next message. So when they click this, we're going to go to Messenger, and I like doing this as a two-part message. So here we go. Message one is, boom, let's get rocking and rolling. We're going to add another message in here. But in fact, the way that you set this up is via a data collection. And you want to set this to email because we are setting this up to email. Change this text. I always think this one, that the default text is super boring. So there we go. So now option 2 we have, boom, let's get rocking and rolling. Step 1 before we carry on, drop your best email below so we can send you epic resources and training straight to your inbox. Okay. So this is people, you can frame this as a newsletter. You can frame this as whatever you want. This is just an example. Okay. Okay, cool. And let's go into the next row. We're going to do the action on reply later on. Right now, we're just going to work on something simple. If the prospect hasn't responded, we're going to add a smart delay. Don't make this too long. 4 minutes is plenty. Oops, let's try that again. Smart delay, 4 minutes, choose the next step, and that's going to send them another message. Okay, you can also click this auto arrange, and it's going to auto arrange for you. Now we just want to get them a reminder. Okay, so we want to just have them submit their email address again, or just move forward if this is going to be a hurdle. The truth is that we want them to go through and click through to the program in this example. So this is really just a list building activity. But if they don't want to give us their email, then we need to just suck it up. Get it done anyway, right? So it looks like we got stuck here. Did you want to join our list, or would you rather just get straight into how we help people turn their business skills into 10K plus months? Okay, so they would probably want either of those two things. So button 1, join the list, and button 2, get straight into it. Again, we don't want to lose momentum. Now, crucial here, just really simple. If they want to join the list, we're just going to loop them back round to this message. No need to get any fancier than that. And then for the next one, we're going to leave this action until later. Let's just get to what is the message that we send people if they have given us their email address. Okay. So next step, we're just going to add this to the messenger. And there we go. Check. Awesome. Next, are you already familiar with how the high-ticket service world works? Is that something you're new to? P.S. The high-ticket service world is our pathway to creating those 10K plus months as easily as possible. Okay, so we're just going to arrange this magically. There we go. That's looking all pretty. And so the logic here is that now that someone's given us their email address, we just want to do a knowledge check. Do you know how this works already? Or do we need to give you some background information? So that's where the rest of this flow comes in. We've got 2 buttons. One of them says, tell me more about it. And the other one says, I'm very familiar. So let's add these 2. And again, you can change this copy there. I'd make this yours. Don't just copy and paste this. This is an offer that I'm running. Okay, so please just don't go copy and paste this. So let's do 2 buttons, right? We've got the I'm very familiar, or rather tell me more. Let's do that one first. And then we've got the I'm already very familiar. So let's do the tell me more and let's see where we go. Now, this is an interesting one. Again, if they click tell me more, we just go to here. And we're going to add some delays. How long is this thing typing for? When you choose how long this happens for, make sure that you test it various times. There's going to be a test button. Oops. When we publish this, you can test this so that you can see how long it takes to actually read things. When I was testing this, I saw that it took about 10 seconds to read these, and anything more than that kind of just made the message go down faster than I wanted it to. So we're just going to add our blocks here. Delay. Typing for 10 seconds, that's 110 seconds, that's too much. Text, next block. So again, I'll just go through these quickly so you can see why this is positioned the way this is. This is now information for the prospect, right? So message 1 of 3, letting them know. Essentially, the key step to hitting 10K plus months online is to learn how to package your existing skills into a killer offer that allows businesses to accelerate / make more money / save time, etc. This can be done with pretty much anything but sales, appointment setting, coaching, consulting, social media, lead gen, blah, blah, are some typical skills sets that are easily transferable. Message 2, after 10 seconds of typing. By speaking to a specific target and providing a specific time-bound transformation, you can charge high-end prices. Example, 5K per client. Why? You're no longer linked to charging by hour, but by a value instead. And because it's your service, you decide your working hours, where you work from, how you charge, deliver, etc. Right, so again, we're in explanation mode. 10 seconds for the next chunk. Text, there you go. Message 3 out of 3. This is the exact approach we've used to close 1K to 15K per month clients, and it's exactly what we teach people on how to do too inside of the 10K club, which is true. It's what we do. The only thing you really need to make this happen is a laptop, a Wi-Fi connection, and a business skill so that you can turn into a high-ticket offer, and that's all. Cool, so now that we've explained, 3 buttons here at the bottom, sounds interesting, tell me more, do I need experience, right? We're handling the objections that someone might have. So sounds interesting, tell me more, do I need experience? Cool, so now we have a couple of pathways, right? We have someone comes in, they say that they are interested, if they don't give us their email, it asks them to do it again and it loops around. If they do give us an email, it goes right now down to this. Now let's check what we've done here. What happens when someone gets straight into it? Cool, we're just going to move them straight to check. Awesome. Okay, so again, this one here will simply loop back round or go to the next step anyway, depending on whether they want to do it. Okay, we're just going to arrange it so that we move forwards and not backwards. Okay. So looking at our other options, we have 2 options now. Someone who said, tell me about it, and they run through this, but also someone who said, I'm very familiar. So why don't we build something for that person who is very familiar, who doesn't need the great explanation of how the high ticket world actually works. And let's just copy and paste our text in. Awesome, no need to go over the basics then. I can tell you about our 10K Club program if you like. Alternatively, you can just ask a question when Vianney gets back online and he'll answer it for you. So this is designed to get a sales rep or the business owner, in this case me, into the conversation. Let's see, someone's asking two options. What is the 10K Club? Or I've got a question. Cool, so again, let's magically align this stuff so that it looks good. Perfect, okay. So we've got a couple of things now. They're asking what is the 10K Club, which takes us a bit further on. So let's just move into the do I need experience part of our next one here. Okay, so let's do that. Do I need experience? Let's answer this. No worries, you don't have to have run a business before. We'll show you the exact A to Z of how to set everything up, and we'll be with you every step of the way. The 10K Club can work for complete beginners as long as you have business skills and more seasoned pros alike. Okay, so again, we're just addressing some of those concerns that people might have. Next options here are, sounds interesting, and tell me more, which you will recognize are the same options, and which actually all, these two, lead to the same place anyway. Okay, so that came a bit high. Let's have a look at what we're doing next. So we have message 7 here, which is when people say, sounds interesting, tell me more. Okay, so let's get into that. If something says, sounds interesting, tell me more. Message 1 here, I can tell you more about the 10K program if you like. Alternatively, you can ask just a question and Vianney gets back online and he'll answer it for you. You're seeing that we're actually looping people through very similar points. We're just allowing them to take a slightly different path based on where they are. Now, both sounds interesting and tell me more lead to this one. So that's all set up. And then we have our what is the 10K Club answer. Okay, so we're just going to take this and move it here. The 10K Club is our inner circle of mentees who want the A to Z on how to turn their business, blah, 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 blah. Right pitch. This is a straight up text pitch. Here is how the program works. What are the buttons? Check out the 10K Club, meaning that we are going straight to the website for people who might want to join. Or I've got a question. You can see again, there's lots of opportunities to ask questions, to get engaged in conversation. So this sounds interesting and tell me more from message 6 here. That goes straight to what the 10K Club is. Am I doing that correctly? Yes, cool. All right, and then the only last thing that we haven't actually connected is the I've got a question in message 7. It's the I've got a question in message 5. What is the 10K Club in this one? Goes straight to this. So everyone's coming through. So the only thing that's missing now is the I've got a question. So let's do that. This is where someone needs a bit more guidance, okay? And so actually we're going to add an action to this. Actions. And that would be that we're going to, where is it? Live chat. Mark the conversation is open, number 1, but also we want to assign it to, where is this? Live chat. Assign conversation to whoever the actual appointment setter is. In this case, or whoever the actual sales rep is. In this case, it's going to be me. And then we choose the next step, okay? Because it's going to open it up and it's going to make it really clear that these are the conversations that I need to handle. You can check that out then when you log in the next day or whatever's going on. Now, the actual piece of this is they've just said, I've got a question, right? So we say, sure, fire away with your question. I'll ping Vianney to let him know you want more info and then for him to check the chat. By the way, the guy who'll be answering you is this person below. Now, what I like doing, because this is just a little bit of fun, is just adding a picture of myself in there. I kind of find that this adds a bit of humor, a bit of realness, a bit of life, right? We're just going to publish this quickly. In fact, we're not going to publish it because there are a couple of things that we need to fix still. So now we need to connect all of the I've got a question guys. So there's one up here that goes down there. There's one down here that goes down there. And then we are getting there. We're getting somewhere. Cool. So let's have a look. So all that's left now is 2 automations. One of them is what happens when someone clicks on the check out the 10K. And then obviously we need to go back to actually collect our email, which gets added in here, and add it to the Google Sheets and then zap all that stuff over to our CRM. Okay, so let's do this last piece first as we build this. Really, really simple. Okay, check out the 10K Club. So what we want to do in this situation is that we want to this opens up a website. And for the purpose of this, the website's google.com, right? Obviously, this would be your website. And what we also want to do is tag it and have a follow-up. So the easiest thing to do in this case is that we set up an action, which would be we're adding a tag so that we can search how many people have actually, you can see here, 10K Club School, click. And then we're also going to add a wait function because people who've clicked this are potentially interested, but we also want to give them time to join. So let's just wait 23 minutes and then we're going to send them a follow-up message. Hey, it's Vienna here. Did you get a chance to jump on into the 10K Club or did you have any more questions before doing so? Right, just a straight up manual follow-up. We're just going to align this. And then there is another one here. Is that it? That's it. That's done. So now the last thing we need to do is connect this all to Google when they actually add an email. So the way that we want to do this is we go back to our message one. Boom, let's get rocking and rolling. The action on reply is Google Sheets integration, insert row. And what you're going to want to do is set up a Google Sheets like this one here. First name, last name, full name, email. You can leave ID and date. It's not important. But what will happen is that when we go into this, we can then find it. We can select the worksheet and we can link the actual information, right? So first name is first name, last name is last name, full name is full name, and email is what they just submitted. So we're going to save it. And let's see if we did anything else here. I think that's all we did. We can also log a conversion event. If this is something that you're interested in, let us see what this is. The conversion event is email collected. There we go. So let's just align all this. Let's publish it. Okay, fine. Okay, so what we need to do is just remove one of these, comment on the post. We need to create a different flow for this. So let's just, let's get rid of this here. What you can do is just look in here and just delete it so that this doesn't happen. There we go, published. I'm actually going to turn these off so that this doesn't happen, but this is now live and operational. So all that's left to do now is to actually hook up our Zapier. It'll feed emails into here. I will add one in here in a second. And in Zapier, you just create a new Zap and you want the first trigger to be Google Sheets. I'm just going to go and edit Zap for you so you can see this. And the setup here is really simple. You have to integrate your Google Sheets, the app, select the right one that you selected, configure it, and basically just have it trigger from one of the records that's in there. And then you want to connect it to your CRM. You can connect your CRM very easily. What I would recommend in this case is that you then, the information gets transferred to here when someone adds that in. And then in Zapier, you can just have that information get added to your CRM. Now, I would just use a tag that allows you to know what these people are actually a lead for. And then the rest of it, you can add some notes too. We use Go High Level for this. I'm not going to walk you through the setup because there's other videos for this, but it is as simple as this. Now, this exact flow with different copy to protect our client's IP, obviously, generated tons of money, $27,450 for our client in 48 hours. And then also created like around another 60K after that. And they're still using it and still making tons of money. I think at this point, they're $150,000 in literally from this automation that's on the front end, collecting the email addresses because it adds them to their ecosystem, and then having a sales rep on the back end, just chat closing. Works very, very well. I hope it serves you. If you need any help on this, let me know in the comments below or join our AI Systemizers community. Again, there'll be a link in the comments, and we'll see you soon.